Hi guys, Ronnie here. Welcome to the channel. So recently I built this bench and tried to sell it on Facebook Marketplace, but got a few inquiries but haven't really got much traction on it. So what I think I'm going to do is do a couple of modifications to it and we'll try it again. So I'll bring you in and I'll show you what I plan on doing. So what I think I'm going to do is cut 2x4 for the bottom here. Place that in between these legs, and then get some cross bracing going, and I'll do all that and stain it the same dark walnut as this table is on both sides, and then we'll see how that goes. So let's get to work. Alright, so now that I have the two bottom cross braces installed and stained, I can now measure and cut for the cross X's on the ends. So when it comes time to put your cross pieces on, I've done it two different ways. I've used a full 2x4 length, but on something like this, I would cut the 2x4 in half and then use each half for a cross piece. Now some way people will do it, will hold it up in place and then with the pencil mark the back. Yeah, let's see here. Put it in place and they mark the back so you know where to cut. But what I do is I've got a calculator and I figure the height and the width, and that gives me the angle to work with. So I cut this piece out and then actually had to make a series of cuts. I feather the cut, just feather it up to where it fits snug in here. Looks really nice. I like that. I'll work on the next piece and then I will cut out half notches in each piece and fit those together. Cross piece and did my cuts, and again, yeah, I go back several times and I'll shave off just enough, just a little bit each time until I come back and it fits in nice and tight. Not too tight though, where you can't get it in. There, so I got it up against this first piece. Now what I do is take a pencil, I'll mark where they intersect on each side here. Get down at eye level so you can make a nice tight cut. And same thing on the inside. We want to make a nice tight cut so they fit together nice. Now what I'll do is I will go over to the saw, set it up to cut halfway through each piece. There's my mark. Right there, I gotta find the angle that is, and then set up my chop saw, miter saw, and I'll go halfway down on each piece, and then they'll intersect together. Okay, real quick before I show you that though, what I do is I'll mark the top. So this will be, I'll call this side 1, so I'll put a 1, and this is the upper right side, so I just put a UR. So I know that this piece goes in this position. And then this piece, 1 UL for upper left. And then I'll know that that goes that way. So then I won't get confused, because this isn't a perfect area. There's little imperfections, so that's why I mark these. All right, let's go get cutting the notches out of these. So this is how I find my angle of the cross pieces where they meet together. I'll get my angle finder, put it alongside the edge of the board, line it up to the line. I got about 72 degrees. So take 90 minus 72, that would be 18 degrees on the saw for this cut. So before I do any cuts on my notches, I will mark the halfway point, center point of the cross piece, and then I will set this stop lever down, and it will keep the saw from going all the way through. And there's this little screw here, right here, that you can adjust up or down. You just undo this wing nut and adjust that up or down to get to where it stops right around your halfway point. I don't know if you can. I got my cross piece. We'll set it at 17.5 degrees and make a test cut on the inside, right on the inside. And that actually looks pretty good to me. Let's see if I can. Can you see where the pencil line was? There you go, see? That's pretty even spacing to the pencil line. So I'm gonna go right to the edge of the pencil line, and then to the edge of that one. And I'll do a series of thin cuts here, and then break out the pieces and clean it up. Got lines up with these, so you can just bust them out. And then I'll clean up that space in there, that debris, with the saw. Don't do this at home. You probably should use a chisel to clean it out, but I use the saw. Makes quick work of cleaning that out. Alright, I'll get the other one and we'll see how it fits together. Alright, so here's the upper left piece, so it goes like this. And this is the upper right. It goes on top of it. And it fits, look at that. Look at that fit. Zoom out. That's a nice fit. Now normally it doesn't go together that good for me. I gotta feather it out on each side until I can get it to fit. But that will work. All right. So I'm gonna get the other pair done, and then I'll show you the next step. So I wanted to give you a shot of what it looks like before I stain it. I make sure everything fits nice and snug as I can. I am satisfied with this. And these are 2 whole pieces. Just half a notch cut out of each. I think that's gonna look nice and sharp once it's stained. I'll show you that coming up. So you can see how just softening up these edges, even where they intersect here, you can see, just round them over a little bit. Gives it a nice look once they're installed. I gotta sand that off. Well, I gotta take the top off so I can secure the cross pieces from above, so this is gonna have to come off. Well, that's how it looks stained. Now I gotta put some glue and nail them in through the top, get them in their final installation. Well, here it is. I got the cross pieces all secured. Got the top back on. Next thing is to take some pictures, post it on Facebook Marketplace. We'll see how it goes from there.